Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Republic of Ghana, Right Honorable Dr. Mohammed of the Ecowas Parliament, Your Majesty Nenye Gati the Seventh, Paramount Chief of Efutu and Chancellor of the University Winneba, representative of the President of the Ecowas Commission, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellency Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, Vice Chancellor and Chairman of the Council of University of Education, Winneba, distinguished colleagues and members of ECOWAS Parliament, members of the academia, esteemed guests and experts here present, members of media, staff of ECOWAS Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Once again, under the nurturing embrace of the African sky, we reconvene here in the vibrant heart of Efutu. It feels as if the sands and seas of Winneba, a stronghold of unity and resilience, have awaited our return. In this place, where our historical roots intertwine with our fervent aspirations for a prosperous future, we stand united, ready to foster peace, solidarity, and an unyielding drive towards an unlimited potential. Colleague members of ECOWAS Parliament, it is with a sense of familiarity and renewed commitment that we gather here for the second time in 2 years, a testament to Winneba's enduring spirit of collaboration and progress. As we stroll through its historic streets, we can feel the whispers of the past beckoning us to continue the journey we embarked upon, a journey towards a future illuminated by steadfast flame of democracy, justice, and freedom. We gather once more with a pressing agenda that cannot be understated. The theme of our discourse, the challenges of eternal elongation and unconstitutional regime change in West Africa, the critical role of ECOWAS Parliament, is not just a call for reflection, but a clarion call for action. We find ourselves at a pivotal moment in history where the pillars of democracy are being challenged and shaken, but we must stand resolute. We cannot overlook the ripple effect of the global crisis that have besieged us. The COVID-19 pandemic, followed closely by the tragic events unraveling in Ukraine and Russia, have brought untold hardships, thrusting millions into the depths of poverty, squalor, and immense suffering. Citizens across West Africa, and indeed Africa, have not been spared from this global ordeal, bearing the brunt with profound grace and resilience. For example, the World Food Programme estimates that the people in Central and West Africa who suffer from hunger could rise to 48 million this year alone. Yet, it is with a heavy heart that we acknowledge another glaring crisis that tears at the fabric of our communities, the barbaric onslaught from jihadists and terrorists. With their crude weapons of horror, they continue to bring death and despair to many parts of West Africa. But we must staunchly assert that these activities should in no way provide a justification for military coups to overthrow democratically elected regimes. We must insist fervently that the answer to these acts of terror lies within our democratic institutions, standing as bastions of hope and fortitude amidst the turmoil. We stand at a juncture where the road we choose will dictate the future of our great region. The recent resurgence of military coups threaten to drag us back to an era we have fought tirelessly to transcend. We must firmly condemn the coups in Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Chad, and Gabon, along with the hostilities in Sudan. These actions are a betrayal of democratic principles we hold dear, and we demand a swift return to constitutional rule. We must affirm unequivocally that regression is not the solution. Our golden age lies ahead of us, and not in the shadows of the 1960s and 80s. It is under the shade of democracy that we can cultivate the progress we aspire to. It is here that we can construct the road schools that will nurture the minds of our future leaders. It is here that we can build modern hospitals to heal our people and foster technology to propel Africa into an era of supreme industrialization in the wake of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Together, we can construct robust and resilient economies that will position Africa as a formidable competitor on the global stage. As we gather here today, I cannot help but feel a profound kinship with the great son of Ghana, Kofi Annan of blessed memory, who once reminded us that though there is no one model of democracy, but it is essential that democracy should have the following features: human rights and freedoms, and these must be upheld universally. Taking inspiration from his wise words, we find ourselves with a renewed commitment to enhance our democratic systems, making them more responsive to the needs and aspirations of every citizen, regardless of where they find themselves on the broad spectrum of society. Indeed, no form of governance has ever been perfect, yet history has proven time and again that democracy stands as the best option for nations seeking development in peace and harmony. Even in its imperfections, it carries within its structures the capacity to rise above the ills that afflict it, fostering an environment where innovation, justice, and freedom thrive. It is incumbent upon us, the custodians of this sacred trust, to continually refine and enhance these structures, ensuring that they remain resilient in the face of the ever-changing challenges that our societies encounter. Your Excellency, colleague members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, admittedly, our current African landscape showcases a crop of leaders who have sought to unlawfully modify their constitutions to perpetuate their hold on power. This is a grave affront to the principles of democracy, which enshrine the fundamental right of citizens to choose their leaders and to live under a government that is held accountable for its actions. As we traverse this difficult period, we must remain vigilant, standing firm against the erosion of these principles and fighting to protect the sanctity of our democratic processes. Now more than ever, we are called upon to be stalwarts of justice, champions of the values that define democratic governance. Our unity must be our shield, protecting the flames of democracy and freedom from being extinguished by the icy winds of despotism and tyranny. We find ourselves at a critical juncture, a time when our decisions and actions will shape the trajectory of our region for generations to come. We cannot afford, and I repeat, we cannot afford to falter or to allow the resurgence of military coups and other forms of unconstitutional changes of government. The reason is that those actions undermine the progress we have fought so hard to achieve. President George W. Bush Jr. once said, "The human heart desires the same good things everywhere on earth." Therefore, together, we can safeguard our region's boundless potential. Here in Efutu, we must be resolute, standing shoulder to shoulder to protect and nurture the values of freedom, dignity, and of the rule of law. Inspired by those who walk these beautiful African lands before us, we must acknowledge the test our value continue to face. Yet, they must remain unbroken, urging us forward towards a brighter and more prosperous future. As sons and daughters of this vibrant land, we hold within us the power to craft a future that embodies the values we hold dear. A future where every individual can live a life marked by dignity, where our children can aspire to achieve their fullest potential, and where the harmonious symphony of our diverse cultures and histories creates a fabric of unparalleled beauty and richness. Let us stand united, ladies and gentlemen, ready to foster and protect the sacred flames of democracy and freedom, guided by the enduring spirit of collaboration, resilience, and progress that have defined our journey thus far. In all our discussions here in Winneba, let us pledge to stand firm in our collective endeavor to nurture a West Africa where the harmony of its nations is preserved and the aspiration of citizens realized. Our resolve should mirror the steadfastness of the ancient baobab trees across Ghana, deeply rooted in the fertile soils of unity, democracy, and human dignity. Together, under the gentle gaze of the African sun, let's pen a new chapter in our history, a chapter of unity, resilience, and progress. We shall forge a future where the echoing calls of democracy reverberates across the lands, ushering in a new era of hope and prosperity for all. And when our task here in Efutu is done, let us carry the vibrant spirit of Winneba with us as we return to our respective nations in 10 days' time, fortified with the conviction that together we shall overcome all the challenges and triumph as one united, resilient, prosperous West Africa community. Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, Nananum, colleague, honorable members and staff of Ecowas Parliament, distinguished guests and experts here with us in Winneba. Once again, I welcome you to Winneba, the capital of Efutu, the land of proud deer hunters. Peace be with you throughout your stay here with us in Winneba. God bless Ecowas. God bless our respective nations and their parliament. Thank you. Merci. Obrigado. Thank you.
Afenyo.